It's Monday, November 17th, and you've tuned in to the People's Patriot Project WeP3 Weekly Debrief. Right now, you're listening to WeP3 Radio, proudly produced in partnership with Reads Across America Radio. Together, we share a mission to remember the fallen, honor those who have served, and to teach the future generations the value of freedom. A freedom bought and paid for and secured by the brave men and women who wears our national and community uniforms. Stay tuned for WeP3 Weekly Debrief. Now playing on WeP3 Radio, Matt Williams featuring Gracie Shriver with Mountain. I know there'll be a day this will all disappear. On the other side of this mountain, my dear.
Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always clean. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hey, folks. Mark Peterson here with the People's Patriot Project. And Frank, when he turns on his microphone, will tell you who he is and what he's doing here. Yep.
It's me, Frank. Hope everybody's doing well.
We are. Well, I'm doing well. You doing well? Are you in the right state of mind to be on?
Weller than I have any opportunity to be better would be a Weller thing.
A Welleristers. You know, one of my favorite episodes recently, and we're not off script already, but was when you had Mr. Philip Beaver, your classmate, on here, and you guys could banter back and forth a little bit. Lot of brain trust in that conversation that night, and
well, he's in a group of one of my oldest and dearest friends. I mean, heck, I got to know him when I was around 20 years old and have known him ever since. So it's been 45 plus years.
do you want to take the Andrea? I mean, do you want to run with her ideas on here?
I don't care. Whatever floats your boat, buddy.
Oh man, we don't want to do any boat floating right now.
All right, let me get up here to where all this good stuff starts.
I don't know what she puts like some deep thoughts into this stuff.
Yeah. All right. First, a big shout out to our incredible guests and watchers from last night's show. Thank you for being a part of the mission. We appreciate it. In this week's episode, we proudly sponsored by Smart Living, presented by Brian Kenzer. Brian is a strong supporter of WeP3 and runs Smart Living Today, a company focused on American-made wellness products. It's also a great way to support the People's Patriot Project while doing your everyday shopping. Connect with Brian to learn more about improving your health, supporting American jobs, and backing the WeP3 mission. We also want to recognize our newsletter sponsors who help keep our mission moving forward. Catch 22, the Boho Hobos Hideaway, Corporate Mark, and Operations Texas Strong. Thank you for standing with us. And a special thanks as well to Joe Misch and Temple Massager. You can go check out his amazing work at templemassager.com. I got to get me one of them things. And don't forget.
Go ahead.
What's that?
I said you won't believe how amazing they are. It is goofy and at the same time mesmerizing.
Well, that sounds like a good deal for me. And also, don't forget, you can also catch We Got Your 6 at 6 on Reese Across America Radio every Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Listen in on the iHeartRadio, Odyssey, or TuneIn apps. Just search for Wreath. Are we doing the pledge?
No, I don't know why the pledge is on here. Okay. Is it in there?
All right. Last night we had Josh Holm on to share about his mission with Steel Hope. Josh shared so much. He's busy moving and shaking, and he just doesn't stop. Like the title of the episode, focus on your purpose through the pain and you will do great things. Josh works through, around, and over pain, and that would debilitate most others. The best push he gets is to use that pain as an inspiration and do your best and let it drive you forward.
This dude was remarkable. There we go. We get his links up there. Can I make a little tiny confession?
What?
Josh does so much that there were times last night I was getting confused about what like his mission was. Yeah. And again, that's not an attack. That's just he does so much.
Yeah.
He is the man of steel. and he's been dubbed that. And he literally has the URL, the Man of Steel. He was offered a little bit of a little financial opportunity with some of the new Superman stuff coming out, but his peers have named him the Man of Steel because of his ability to adhere or to battle adversity. Several situations in his life has literally put him at the door of death, and he has battled back and battled through and has come through all those things. And just he's out there running his organization, Steel Hope, and just doing an amazing job. He does this from a wheelchair, folks. He's on a track vehicle. I think I showed that earlier. And another exciting piece to him, another artist that we had on our show, Glenn Baker, has been in the process of helping him attain, and I don't have like specific details of cost, but he is getting the opportunity to be fitted with an exoskeleton that helps him move around. He's been able to wear the exoskeleton and recently talked about how he's been able to take, more steps than, it was like 30,000 steps, and they were like, we just wanted him to take, a couple steps, but, the second he got that exoskeleton fitted and on, he took off and went and did his business. And I think he's I don't know, he's over, I don't want to use the word compensated. He's gone above and beyond the expectation of the doctors in his life and what they thought he could and should do. And it's just kind of exciting to hear his story.
Well, 30,000 steps for me would be about 15 miles.
You got some long strides then. Isn't 30,000, isn't it roughly, so 5,200 feet is a mile. So that's usually someone's gait is roughly more than 2 feet, but not quite 3 feet. So that would be,
well, that's running for me. That's not walking. Walking is about, I do about, let's see, about probably 3/4 of a mile would be 2,000 steps walking for me.
Sure. Craziness. Josh does an amazing job of just getting out there, getting done. He has a phrase and a saying that can combat positive mindset and not combat, apply positive mindset. The guy dropped 400 little verbiages, which I'm not smart enough to remember all of them, but just has something positive to say about every little facet of life. And it was just, again, it was amazing to have him on, amazing to be involved with him. And we're looking forward moving forward in the future with him as well.
Cool.
Then we had a musician on last night, new musician for the People's Patriot Project and WeP3 Radio. And I will absolutely slaughter his name because it's not pronounced the way it's spelled. And I know that there's a U sound at the end, but we're going to go with Chuck Brasinu. And I'm probably doing a terrible job at that, and I'll take ownership of that. He is coming with lots of experience. He was calling in from Montana. His band was getting their gear all set up and recalibrating it so that they can get back on the road. He had real life experiences entwined into all of his songs, and just down to earth, real life, real stuff. He explains that he's written from the viewpoint of the first song he did was Folded Flag. Kind of a sad nuance, but the viewpoint of a spouse or parent or family member, what they feel when they get that letter that tells them that they've lost their loved one, or the visit from the cadre that come at dawn. What a terrible way to start your day, man. And what a terrible job to have, is being part of that echelon that says, you know what, we're going to carry the message and go share with the loved ones that they've lost their soldier, their service member. I say soldier, guys. Sorry, I know that's kind of acclimated towards Army, but service member in whatever theater that we've lost them in. And so I just can't imagine. He also said that he uses this song for a way for him to stay caught up with his friends and his buddies. And so he doesn't necessarily like playing the song Folded Flag. And there's been times where he's boycotted the song Folded Flag just because the amount of emotion that he's put into that song. And so, but make sure, because we got Chuck out there. We've got his links. I did have his links. We'll have to go dance on that again a little bit. I thought they were on last night's show sheet, but maybe not. An amazing message. It was just nice to have Chuck and his he didn't have his band members on last night, but they were outside working, getting the job done while he was manning the helm of doing the show last night. I'm stalling right now to get his webpage up. That's what I'm doing right now. So
well, that in the after show, he gave us a look at the inside of the van, and there wasn't enough room to have everybody in there on the show.
No, there wasn't. It looks like they need to have like a tour mom along with them too.
Can you imagine going from town to town doing shows? I mean, my gosh.
That's the life, man.
I don't get claustrophobic, but geez. Last
Brian
time
Gibson,
I
good to
spent
see you, brother.
hours. What's that?
Brian Gibson just put a little message in. Check your vet. Boom. Now I lost him. There he is. Boom. Get it done. Brian Gibson down there in Paducah, running his organization. Does an amazing job. Does great things. Check out him and learn about his mission. This is a lot different when Andrea's not here with us. You know that?
Yeah.
Project Die Hard. Down there in Paducah, Kentucky. He's got a property up there in Illinois, though. Does a great job. Anyway, so Chuck's next song was She's My Home. And that song was written with the idea that love is their number one song right now. When you're in the military, that's where you want to be. That is your home involved. That is kind of a weird conversation, too. Not that I'm going to try and tear up Chuck's song here, but there's a lot of lot of people that lose their home, so to speak, while in the service because people can't. Oh, they spike in effect. Get her done, brother. Get her done. There are a lot of people who didn't sign up for the mission who can't handle the absence of the people in their lives, and that they solve it in probably not the best way possible. So, and then his last song, Live Oak County. This is what it's like to go home. It's the song that tributes his little hometown, and that's remembering the trouble and the good times and the bad times. He spent time playing his guitar and dancing on the dirt roads, a bit of a hometown anthem, and it combines the return after service with the fun memories of growing up. Chuck's got just an amazing catalog of great red dirt type country music, and so make sure you get out there, and his link is up in the comments. Chuck Brasinu band. And so what song do you think? We're not ready to shut down yet, but what song should we end with today, Frank?
Well, I would say the second one, but that's the one that's most played, so I'd pick a different one.
Oh, should we just go with the folded flag then? Get that done.
How about the last one?
Oh, you want to switch it up on me completely?
Yeah, little hometown memories.
Oh, I like it. We will. We'll do the.
You know, this is the second show in a row that I got to talk to a fellow grad.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, and you could argue
that's kind of odd. That's interesting to hear his story.
I'm sorry, I got a message just now, and I'm kind of done with contractors, dude.
Yeah.
Kind of done with them. This house business is getting out of control. Anyway, some of the things we need to rattle off real quick. Remember, get out there and listen to WeP3 Radio. That has the largest catalog of veteran and first responder musicians in the country. That's the only thing you will see on that radio station is musical content built by our heroes, Heroes Hits. And then it is last Saturday, exactly 4 weeks, 28 days till December 13th. December 13th is our Wreath Laying Day national event. We happen to be the coordinators for the National Cemetery here in the state of Minnesota. That is Fort Snelling, third largest in the country, has roughly 200,000 veteran at rest, has 300,000 people total in the cemetery. A large, beautiful, amazing, but we've got our event coming up. We have roughly, it's kind of sad, folks, 10,000, right at 10,000 wreaths right now. Again, we'd like to cover that entire cemetery. I'm a little bit more realistic. We'd like to double our number and have 20,000 wreaths at this year's event. We can give you the chance. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to put a link up. And when I put this link up, if you have a veteran anywhere in the country, you can get a wreath to them through this link. It does say Fort Snelling on it, but through our organization, you can sponsor a wreath and make sure that it's on the grave of anyone who is at rest anywhere in the country. It might require a little bit of do good and get some people involved, but we'll get it all out there for everyone. What was your highlight of last night's show, Frank?
I think it was, I mean, I liked all the stuff that Josh said, but sometimes it's kind of hard to keep up. But he just had so many things, and it's like, but when I talked to Chuck and found out the path that he took to get to the academy, I mean, that's basically the same thing I did. You don't meet too many people that have taken the long way around to get in. There's guys who go to the enlisted route normally takes them 5 years to get through the academy because you got to do 10 months before you even get in of prep school. And all the guys that graduated with are a special group to me, but the ones that went to the prep school with me are a little bit more specialer.
More specialist.
Yeah.
How many people do you stay connected with from West Point?
Sadly, out of my class, I can probably count maybe 50 that I'm in contact with on a pretty regular basis. But every 5 years we have a reunion, and I mean, we're all brothers and sisters. Sometimes we have disagreements. And lately it's been on politics, which I detest, but everybody's got their own opinion.
Fair enough. Does that what's the biggest challenge with that?
With
just having those conversations.
Well, for me, it's just knowing when you have a friend and they're very adamant about their position. And then I always try to use my ability to communicate with people to steer them off into another direction. Because I'm kind of like Dolly Parton with politics. Who I vote for and everything like that isn't anybody's business but mine and God. Well, the only two people who know that. And I'm not a big fan of sharing politics.
I'm always blown away. We normally don't get into the old political conversation. We all have a stance, know where we stand. How do we know what is 100% right? Is there 100% right?
No, and I'd
100% right.
I'd argue that, you know, both parties have their own way of going about things, and for me, neither one of them is completely 100% right. I mean, it's somewhere down the middle between. If you had one of those diagrams with the circles and the intersection of the two, I forget what they call that.
A Venn diagram.
A Venn diagram. Well, somewhere in that intersection is where the truth lies.
Truth.
To me. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion, like I said. And I think it's a shame that so many times now we can't have a civil discussion and just accept the fact that other people have a different point of view.
Well, here's my stance on it a little bit. I don't personally know enough about all the stuff to necessarily stand on a premise.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of dig deep in the world of psychology. That was my first degree with psychology. And if you've got four people standing on four different corners of an intersection and there's an auto accident, and then they go and they poll the people what they saw, each and every one of them will have a different account to what was seen, which blows me away. Because again, now we also have, how much weight does an eyewitness hold in the world today? I mean, an eyewitness that's the stand all, but not when they get information wrong. And again, I get into this perspective idea because everyone has a different perspective because of the level and their what they've been given for education. I mean, some people like dogs. Some people hate dogs. If you see a dog running in the mix of it, that might be a trigger for trauma for some people. Maybe, they had an incident when they're kids. My mother used to have a daycare, and we had some people from Turkey that she did childcare for, and they were deathly afraid of dogs because of what dogs did in Turkey. I'm not familiar enough to know exactly what that was, but I'm assuming that there was some loose hounds and that they weren't very nice. That's I'm assuming. But so these kids lived in fear of our little poodle dog that wouldn't hurt a soul, even if it was like, and so I get it and I understand it, and I'm willing to say I cannot. We can bring up issues and you can convince me on the issue in some spaces. Like, I'll just throw this out there. I'm not a super fan of abortion. But I do know that there are circumstances that could be life-altering, A, for the mother. B, you want to bring a child. Now, I know the numbers are astronomically offset the idea that, and again, but that's the whole point. I can look at information and say, you know what? I get it. It's plausible. I don't know. I don't know enough. I know what I believe.
Yeah. Well, and the sad part is, at least out here in the National Capital Region, they just had elections in Virginia, and you couldn't have watched all of the ads and known a single thing that the candidate stood for, because it's all mudslinging. It's all,
and I want to get. I would like
bad.
To get away
you
from
can't
that.
vote for this person because they're bad. They've done this and this. It's like, okay, well, if you get elected, what are you going to do? Well, this person's bad. It's like, come on.
I want to get away from that. I think we should create policy that says we can't do that. Well, and here's the other side of this, because people that support a certain candidate can do that. They can do an ad and they'll say, brought to you by the Pipe Fitters of America, whatever, and not saying that they're supporting one or another, but what a frustrating, and again, it's not necessarily the candidates, but I mean, we've seen what the parties have been doing this last bout, and I think it's disgusting. That's my opinion. Yeah. I want to know what your merit is. I want to know what you're going to do. Now, here's the other side of it is I don't know that these people in these certain particular places, I know everyone is but a drop in the bucket, but then all of them create an ocean, and everyone wants a piece of the political pie, so to speak. And there are agendas. People are doing things because they want to push what they want to get done. I'd like to find a way to protect the Commonwealth, protect the organization of America. I don't know that both sides are doing a great job of doing that. That's my opinion. Whatever. I don't even know. We let it slip into a little bit of that conversation last night, and that's not a bad thing. We let them get some opinions, some thoughts, some ideas out there. It wasn't necessarily political by definition, but it was, let's do better, let's be better, and how to get and be part of that. So we're here every Sunday at 1800 Central Standard Time. Who knew all that stuff was important to talk about? But this next week, we got some pretty cool guests. We have, of course, I got my notes are not where they need to be. We got Sarah Lee of Waypoint Vets and David Sailor Bryan. Now, I hear he's a little bit edgy in his music. You can kind of tell there. The skulls and the guns and the I don't know, I'm being judgy now, but I'm kind of excited to learn. He does, Mr. David Sailor Bryant comes to us through a JWA Media down in Nashville. So this is, we've got 2 musicians coming through that network coming up in the next couple of months. We are booked out all of 2026. It's short. Next week is Thanksgiving. Can you believe that? I cannot believe that it's Thanksgiving time. I cannot believe it. Geez.
Yeah, only 36, I think 36 or 38.
You stop.
38 days till Christmas.
Oh my gosh. I said stop. Brother. Gosh dang it. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
I tell you what, I don't know about looking, but it was colder than a well digger's backside out here for the last couple of days with 20 plus mile an hour winds. And
why is a well digger's backside cold?
because they go in the ground.
Oh. All right. I'll take your word for that one.
Well, you don't normally dig wells and things in the winter. So when you dig, the ground is cooler than the outside.
Fair enough. What else do you
Didn't think I could answer that one, did you?
Well, I think you could answer any question that was offered up anywhere at any time.
You can always have an answer, it just might not be right.
Right. Well, does it have to be right? I mean, we just kind of talked about that. I mean, sometimes you just say stuff until people nod their head and say, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I get it. And that's the way the world works, man.
That's how Hitler came to power.
Well, you know what? You know how offensive it is for some people when I have the conversation as a social studies teacher talking about the greatest leaders of our life.
Yeah.
And when I make that comment, it's not received well. And I get it. I understand. But how do you move a nation to do the things that
Oh, yeah.
That's leadership.
Yeah.
That's leadership. People follow. You have to
Leadership
be a leader.
can be
People have to
good
follow.
or bad.
Yes. I mean, you can argue we've got conflict in Ukraine and Russia. I mean, we got leaders on both sides of that right now. And again, I know what one side says. I know what the other side says. I don't know all the major details. I know that I got to go over to Europe and spend a gigantic portion of part of my college career in Russia playing American football over there. And we had a Russian translator that traveled with us. And we went through all the former Soviet, and they weren't fans of our interpreter. And people would let us know and would share. And I mean, the intent was, in my opinion, was always positive, but, you know, people would tell us that our interpreter was spewing lies and leading us the wrong direction and stuff like that. We're just there to play football, folks. That's all we're there for.
Well, everybody who goes there is a spy.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, in their mind, not really, but
sure. Get out there and sponsor your wreaths, folks, for the Wreaths Across America Day, December 13th. I do believe Andrea said last night that the cutoff date for that was November 28th. So don't necessarily mark my word. That's not in the notes. And so, and then come check us out every Sunday, 1800 Central Standard Time. Again, we got amazing guests coming up this next week. Get out there and listen to WeP3 Radio. It's the only huge catalog of veteran and first responder musicians. Plays 24/7 music. Get it. And then if you get a chance, go to our YouTube channel, like it. That's not how you do it. You subscribe to YouTube channel. So I battled through that heaping pile of whatever I did last night as well. You got anything in closing, Frank?
no, just hope everybody has a great remainder of the week and say thanks to a vet and help them out.
Hey, the other thing we'd like you to do is go check your 6. If you watch the show, you know what we're talking about. I got to get some graphics up for that. I keep saying that. Never gets done. We'll get it done. Go check your 6. This is Chuck Brasinu and his band with Live Oak County. Patriot Pride.
The night sky was red over Springfield, Missouri. I said I better get home before Mama gets worried. So I set off for Texas right in a hurry. Don't worry about me, I'll be home soon. Chasing the highways, rolling through town, trying to beat that old sunset before it goes down. I ain't had a cigarette in a few days. Think it's time to give in to my selfish ways. But the lights over Live Oak County, it seems like the devil is waiting for me. I can't come back home, 'cause I know he'll be there, burning the town for the whole world to see. I pull off an exit at 889. These collegiate back roads will help kill the time. I just wait till the sunrise opens my eyes. It reminds me of something that's lost in my mind. But the lights over Live Oak County, it seems like the devil is waiting for me. I can't come back home, 'cause I know he'll be there, burning the town for the whole world to see. It seems like the devil is waiting for me. I can't come back home, 'cause I know he'll be there, burning like the devil is waiting for me. I can't come back home, 'cause I know